explore that for me. Like, give me an example of why you would say something like that.
Well,
How often you would read the
hell,
Bible.
like, well, let me deal with the going to church thing first. Every day that it have church, he was there. He doesn't used to miss a service. Always there and always well dressed in a tie, his tie, shirt, and his pants, whether it was a Wednesday night service or a Sunday service, always well dressed the same way. He was, most churches that he went to, he used to be like the song leader in the church. So the beginning of worship in church was him first, and then the pastor will come on. Any church he went to, because growing up we went to several churches. So any church he went to, they will just designate him the song leader to carry on the worship.
Why you think that is so? Because they know who he was, or did he offer that,
No,
or
what?
he got known as someone with that talent?
Yes, they know that he could have sing. At first, from the time he entered church and they say, Brother Roy Lewis is here, everybody will say, well, would he sing for us, give us a special?
Ah,
So even though we go to visit a church, they would call him up to sing.
so he was specially requested most times.
Right, to sing.
Why? Because he
Be-
was it that he was known?
Probably
It it
not
it
just because that he was known, but he and this guitar,
right.
he would have this guitar, and even if the church didn't have any other musical instrument, they had Roy Lewis, they had a guitar.
Okay.
So he will come up and sing with his guitar.
Mhm.
And then if he chooses to stay in that church environment, he will eventually, by the next service, he would be the song leader.
Okay.
He and his guitar would,
How
he would be the song leader.
how would you describe people's response to
Well,
after him?
very good. Everybody had loved to hear him sing. People had just loved to hear him sing because he had that way that when he started sing, he captivate your attention. He would bring you up to where he is in that singing, in that song. That is that he just had the power to do that. So you find he was a very important figure because most of the time when he go to church, he would be the song leader. So he couldn't really miss church, and his um his consistency and his devotion. Anything he did it with a certain amount of dedication and devotion. So he did everything in do it proper. I never known to do anything half-heartedly. And growing up with him, you find that was birthed in me that if you can, and even my mother used to say that if you cannot do something good, best you don't do it at all. So seeing his example of his dedication into whatever he went into, his dedication is something that stayed with me. Even like when before, like when he was having about the fourth child that he was having with mommy. That day, mommy taking with pain was a Sunday. He had to go to church. My aunt had come to visit us that day, and mommy taking with pain. And he tell my aunt, "Look, you take her to the hospital because I going to serve my God. When I finish serve my God, then I'm going to go and deal with." And many people might say, "But how he so?" But that is just to show you how his God was first, his dedication to his church was first. And he believed if he do that first, he could do anything else.